Howdy friends, welcome back to the House of Tone. My name is Wes Lee. I'm a professional band repair technician. I started a YouTube channel to show what my life is like in the trades. I appreciate you stopping by. Today we have a big tuba, 4-valve and a rotor, popular brand. You can see that the piston is out of it. You can see that this popular brand, this is notorious for any time it sets up, the pistons stick. Piston material on this horn is stainless steel. Comes with its own set of issues. This one is pretty much a basket case today. So let's just jump right on into it, and we're going to see how we can repair this. It's common for these to stick if they go a few days without being played. The maintenance, upkeep, you really have to stay on top of it. We'll look at the casing in a moment. Right now we're going to talk about the valve. Let me zoom in. You can see these divots right here. And you can see that the piston is actually expanded. You can see the divots up on the top, and you can see here that this is flaring out just a little bit, so that the piston will not enter the casing. That is a problem. They flared the bottom of this out. Right here we see the piston is at 139. Move it over, and where it's at 144. Where this damaged, and they really push this way. On the back side of the horn, this would be the bottom valve cap for number 1. You can't get to it. So what happened, but they used a screwdriver and they cut up the inside of the casing. You can see the marks right there. They tore up the casing really pretty bad. And that's what we have to repair. So we have to repair the piston itself, and then we have to repair the casing. This is the valve casing mandrel in a sleeve. This is sized to this tuba. The piston won't enter the sleeve. So this can't do us any good yet. These pistons are very soft. This is a clarinet ring shrinking tool that would be used with this die. For our purposes, we are going to use it to shrink the flare out on the bottom. And then there's a burr where this spot is, and we're going to have to take care of that. Bring you back to my point of view. Here are our cuts, and you can see you got some daylight up here. I'm going to set this in, and I can feel it's not round. And I can feel the burr as I'm spinning this. And now you can see we have a nice clean edge. Everything looks to be round. Let's check it. We're going to put, there's our cuts. We're going to put them in the top. And I've got my light on the camera on, so I'm going to shine it all the way around, put everything. We've got good contact all the way around. Now we're going to try it in the sleeve. It goes in. So we're good to go there. Now I want to take care of the burrs that are on the piston face. I'm going to use a very fine pumice compound. Just go over it a couple of times. Reestablish some grain lines and get rid of any burrs. I'm not really removing any kind of material. You're not trying to sand away piston or try to get to something to fit. You don't want to lose the surface. You don't want to lose the tolerance that the beautiful tolerance of the instrument has. It's not the goal. You can do that if you really crank down, but it's just very lightly. You can feel all of the burrs in it. You can feel every spot that's rough. And you just do it a few times, call it. So let's check it again. I'm gonna wipe it down and then we'll check it again in the sleeve, and you can see it'll be a little cleaner in the sleeve. Okay, you can see how much cleaner everything is. And now it just smoothly slides through. This feels really good now. And at the cuts, we're at 139, 1039. So that was our goal, so we know this is good. This damage here on this port, that's what we have to take care of. Let's try it. Okay, we can get it to slip in there. Let's see about the mandrel that fits this size. Yeah, it's crashing into it right there. One of the rare times you'll see me use some vice grips. Just gotta get some leverage on this. So we're pushing our 1039 mandrel into here to help round out and push away any burrs. Check my piston. Some, but not much. I'm gonna put some lapping compound on it. If you hone a piston casing until if it moves free, you went too far because you've taken off too much material. You want it to stay tight. You have to be in control and feeling what's going on with everything. But if you ever need to know if your horn needs a valve job, if you push the piston all the way down and see what kind of wiggle room you have going back and forth. And so we have none. So we didn't take off any material in the piston. At the top of the stroke, none. The bottom of the stroke, none. So if you don't have a caliper or anything, and you're going to buy a horn, then you can always pull out a slide, it'll pop, or push it in and then push the valve, wait like 5 seconds, a 5 Mississippi count, and then push it down and go boom, like that. That shows that it's holding compression. On these horns, they put a vent in it so they won't make that sound. Okay, so using my finger to hold the spring in place, this one is good to go. Wow. Now we just got to get the other valves working. Well, all right, friends, we saved another one. Nice and smooth action. Normally valve repairs aren't that complicated. Today's was very complicated, both the piston and the casing. What is a realistic time? Normally valve repairs don't take too excessively long. Today, this valve repair has been, I'm probably 4 hours all in. Price of materials that I had to buy to make the tools, so then I had the time to machine the tools that I needed to make and do, and then if I were having to buy clarinet tools to fix a tuba, you know, it's just craziness. If you're a tech and you're dealing with something like this, you take all of these actions that are extremely conservative. Don't go jumping in and reaming things out. You want to try to work in very specific areas. Only at the end where I had to use the overall lapping compound just to kind of establish some grain lines and things. Always be very conservative in valves, because if the valves leak, then the horn is no good. And this is a brand new horn, or relatively new, and should not have to be disassembled and sent off for a valve job. So that's just my 2 cents. I appreciate you sticking around. I've got more work to do on these, but that was what I wanted to show, some extreme valve repair. This is Wes Lee, signing out.